Good evening. This is Cub reporter Ken Cordero coming to you live out of Middletown, Rhode Island, in the former United States of America. The day today is January 15th, 2012 AD, and for all you people who went to all-day kindergarten, that means in the year of our Lord. I'm being sponsored today by my good friend Christina Curtin out of Mystic, Connecticut, creator designer of fine jewelry, and her number is 1-860-463-4631. I also have a new sponsor today that I'd like to add. A1 Car Cabin Van Signature Transportation Services out of Newport. Their number is 401-841-0411. And they should be doing much better now that our state's just ruined a cab company because they actually drove over a bridge and went to Tiverton to pick up some people. So the state's fining them $90,000, driving them out of business, 20 more people unemployed in Rhode Island. But hey, you know, when you're like the worst state to do business in, that's just normal. My email is kencordero@americanonline.com. I'd also like to thank my friend Jamie, who sent me an email telling me how she liked my videos. I really appreciate that, because I'm talking to all you young people out there. You know, we live in America. At least it used to be America. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Liberty, freedom, like the Bill of Rights, Mr. President. Like the Second Amendment, Mr. President. We own the right to bear arms. It doesn't say unless there's a tragedy or some people get killed or this or that. I know you don't believe in our rights because you're trying to take away all of them. You know, you tried to take over. You're going after the First Amendment, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, huh, Mr. President, with Obamacare? You and your Secretary of Health and Human Services, what's her name there? I don't even know. Forcing religious institutions to provide abortions. So that's the First Amendment you're going after. Now you're going after the Second Amendment. And no matter what you think, Mr. President, you know, these are our rights, the restrictions on government. But I know you only follow laws when they suit your purposes. And you want to be a dictator and stuff, and give our country away to your fellow Muslims, and you and Holder. Why aren't you guys in prison, Mr. President? Can you tell me that? You, Eric Holder. How about throw Reed and Pelosi in there too? Our right to bear arms is not something you can just do away with executive orders. You got Secret Service, don't you? They've got arms, don't they? Are you getting rid of them for you and your kids? Or all these mayors like in New York, Bloomberg, and Menino in Boston, are you guys getting rid of your security with your guns, huh? How are we supposed to protect ourselves? Can you tell me that, please? How are we supposed to protect ourselves? Especially here in Middletown, where Rhode Island is just a little aversion with our Governor Chafee, who I don't know what he is, but he's like a little Obama. He wants to be dictator. Their big thing here is gay marriage. Not that the state is just decaying, falling apart, crumbling before your eyes. Oh, we want everybody to be happy. We want gays to marry. Why can't they just live together? Can somebody please tell me that? Why can't these gays just live together? They don't believe in marriage. Marriage is an institution from God. these people don't believe in God. Because if they did, they wouldn't be wanting to get married. It's almost like a thief going, well, I'm stealing, but that's okay, because I want to steal. And all you criminal, illegal aliens in this country, you're stealing from me and from every hardworking American citizen. How about just getting out of our country? You know? Now, first thing I'm going to go to today is Obama's nominations for the Secretary of Defense, Chuck Hagel. This guy's just like Obama. He hates the Jews. He doesn't believe in a strong military. Do we have any kind of foreign policy in this country at all? Besides our president just bowing down to other people? What kind of a leader is that? Has Obama ever been a leader? He's been a community organizer. Organizer, leader, they're two different things. They are two different things. You know, why don't the Republicans pick out like 3 or 4 people for each, like for Secretary of Defense and CIA Director, and give these names to Obama and let him decide who he wants, instead of us trying to decide who he gives us. Because anybody that Obama gives us is a disaster. Look at the country after 4 years of Obama. It is a complete disaster. How we are ever going to survive another 4 years, I seriously doubt we will. I seriously doubt we will survive. And if these people, just by making a law, the only people that are taking guns away from are law-abiding citizens, and this is our right. Don't you people believe in the Second Amendment? Huh? They've already thrown away the Fourth Amendment. Tried to get on a plane lately? Were you searched? Kids in Middletown High School, they get breathalyzed to go to a dance. Where are their rights to huh? Where are their rights to be secure in their person? Why should they have to feel like a criminal to go to a dance? Remember, it's always for your safety. How about giving us some freedom? How about that? So remember, Mr. President, keep your hands off our rights. Oh, God. This is just so depressing. And the debt ceiling. How's this, Mr. President? We're not going to go into debt 1 cent. We have to get out of debt. These idiots that tell you, oh, well, being in debt is good, and they probably think inflation's good. These people are morons. They went to all-day kindergarten. They know absolutely nothing. These people in Middletown are taking like $1 million, $2 million to fix like a half-mile of road up to Statues Point. It might not even be a half-mile of road. Why the town couldn't fix this in like 3 or 4 days? It makes me ashamed to be a Portuguese. What a disgrace to my nationality. Because they would have, if you had a bunch of Portuguese, they would have had this done in like 2 days. All right, let's see if we can get on to something not quite so depressing. This is my latest thing from Judicial Watch. Let's see what I get in here. And while I have a second, please do not come to Middletown, Rhode Island, or Rhode Island in general. This state has been run by Democrats for like the past 70 years, and the state is just decaying, crumbling slowly. Slowly. It's like a cancer. You can't drive on one road that doesn't absolutely suck in this whole state. You know, maybe like the interstates are okay, like 95 and stuff. But once you get on any street, like in Middletown or in Newport or Providence or Warwick, they all absolutely suck. Okay, here's the first thing from Judicial Watch. Judicial Watch and Breitbart News Election Day poll. Judicial Watch's battle against corruption is a top priority, trying to protect our polling places. So that's the first thing they've got. Top of the news from Judicial Watch. And this is for January. Judicial Watch's hard-hitting documentary film District of Corruption scores big box office numbers. Okay. Dum 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 dum. Okay, here we go. Out of Judicial Watch Court Report. Judicial Watch exposes dangerous leaks inside the Obama administration. It's got a little picture of Hollywood director Catherine Bigelow here. Hollywood director Catherine Bigelow is shown on the set of The Hurt Locker. Judicial Watch is investigating whether Bigelow improperly received classified information from the Obama administration regarding the Navy SEAL raid that killed Osama bin Laden for her latest film. That's really great, Mr. President. This is a little thing it says here. In its brief seeking to deny Judicial Watch access to the leaked names, I guess this is from Obama's administration, the government asserts that it had protected the operatives' confidentiality by asking the filmmakers not to share the names. Why not just not give it to them? Here's one. Next page. Judicial Watch sues HUD for stonewalling records on controversial housing discrimination case. Here's the first paragraph. There are some shady wheelings and dealings taking place inside the Obama Housing and Urban Development, and Judicial Watch is waging a battle to get to the truth in the matter. On November 2nd, 2012, Judicial Watch filed a Freedom of Information Act lawsuit in the United States District Court for the District of Columbia against HUD. Judicial Watch is asking the court to force HUD to comply with its April 4th, 2012 Freedom of Information Act request for documents relating to possible collusion between the Obama administration and the city of St. Paul, Minnesota, and withdrawing a disparate impact appeal pending before the United States Supreme Court. As this newsletter goes to press, HUD has refused all Judicial Watch Freedom of Information Act requests for public records. This case is complicated, but at its heart, this scandal involves serious legal issues. This disparate impact theory argues that certain practices are discriminatory if they adversely impact a minority group regardless of intent. So if a bank has a neutral policy on credit that disproportionately affects minority customers, the liberal world view is the policy is discriminatory per se, even if there's no intended racial bias. Of course, they want to make everything racial. Here's the next page. 2012 election marked by allegations of voter fraud. Well, of course, Obama, Bertha Lewis, former CEO of the corrupt Acorn Group, holds up a photo of the Acorn president, Barack Obama. Why is Acorn even funded now? I thought they stopped funding for these people. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Judicial Watch monitors 9/11 terrorist tribunals at Guantanamo Bay. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. It's got a picture of him here. Another major issue that arose after the tribunal proceedings came to a close was whether the civil liberties guaranteed by the U.S. Constitution applies to these unprivileged alien enemy belligerents, despite the fact they are being prosecuted for war crimes in a military tribunal rather than in federal court under the United States Criminal Code. Of course, Obama wants to give rights to terrorists, but he wants to take away your rights. They want to arm the Muslim terrorists in Egypt and take away your rights to have guns. Why is this guy not impeached? Why is he not thrown in prison? How about the Fort Hood shooter? How come that guy isn't already dead and buried and in the ground? Like the next day after he did it. Why is it taking like 3 years? Huh? Huh, Mr. President? And here in Rhode Island, I'm not represented by anybody. Not my local government, not my state government, not my federal government. Oh God. And Obama, you know, when he comes out and he makes these executive orders, where's the Supreme Court? Maybe to stick up for the actual people they're supposed to represent, the people of the United States. But this Supreme Court is horrid too. You know, they let Obamacare through. How about just a simple separation of the federal government from states? If you actually read John Roberts' opinion when they said Obamacare was constitutional, I think he'd be laughed at in any law school in the country. And the Supreme Court, some of their decisions, they're so idiotic. Like when they said, like 40 years ago or so, protesters had the right to burn the American flag under the First Amendment, freedom of speech. That was a horrible decision. That should have never been made. I'm not quite sure who was on the court then, but that should never have been made. And what about a couple of years ago when they were saying it was okay for people to protest at funerals and stuff? You know, that was a horrible decision also. Obamacare was a horrible decision. Why isn't the court coming out and saying, you know, Mr. President, you know, these people might have been gunned down, and we're sorry for that. How about being a real leader and saying, you know, these are rights. It's your right to own arms. You have to protect yourself, well, from this federal government, which is absolutely destroying the economy and not protecting you because they're letting in every kind of criminal, illegal alien there is. So not only do you have to worry about just your common everyday criminals, but criminal, illegal aliens, and probably coyotes. Because we all know they're just nice little pets, and they're so smart we can't get rid of them. Even here on Aquinic Island, where we're tracking them. These people are so pathetic. Okay, I am very depressed. So I am all through for today. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, go to church, because if you go to church, that can help you in everything. And seek God in goodness and simplicity of heart. This has been the 51st edition of Cub Reporter Ken Cordero. And I just want the government to tax everybody less. How's that? And let me sign off now saying thank you for tuning in. Good night.